Today I want to talk about common courtesy when passing or being approached by other motorcycles. Just different ways to handle that situation. Specifically on the freeway, I guess these rules could apply if you're, maybe on side streets, but mainly this is freeway, highway type stuff. So I'm all geared up. I'm ready to go to work. Let's get to it. I've got my cat staring at me through the window, probably wishing I was in there with her. Anyways, I'm gonna fire up the bike, get it warmed up, get my helmet on, and once I hop on the freeway, we'll start this discussion. Alright guys, let's talk about some common courtesy when you approach another motorcyclist on the freeway. Now this is specifically related to lane splitting. I suppose you could relate this to other situations as well, but my main focus is around lane splitting. And the situation that I'm going to talk about, I actually had happen the other day, which is why I wanted to bring it up. Now this is one of the topics that I wanted to touch on in regards to lane splitting in my videos, and I was kind of glad that it happened because it hasn't happened in a long time. So basically, and I'll show you guys the video. Either, I don't know, I'll figure it out. It'll either be, I'll put it in now, or I'll talk about it and I'll put it in later. Either way, you guys will see it happen, and I'll talk about what's happening while it's happening. So in my video, what you'll see is I approach this guy, I let him know I'm there, and I think it goes on for about 2 minutes where I'm behind this guy, and he's not budging, right? He's just doing his thing, and that, to me, that's enough time for him to have noticed me and know that I'm back there. So I go around this dude, and I wait for a good opportunity. I don't just fly by him, split him in a car. I wait for, what I think is a good window, and I go by him. And I don't know if he takes it as a challenge or he's actually getting upset. I don't know. What's funny is it happens mostly to me when I do it to sport bike riders. But I was happy when it happened in this video because it wasn't a sport bike rider. And I think with sport bike riders, it's for a different reason than it is for Harley riders. With sport bike riders, I think it's more of a, what the hell, why, this freaking 700-pound Harley with saddlebags just flew by me. I'm not going to take that. I'm gonna go follow him. And it could be the same case with Harley riders. I don't know. I don't know what this guy was thinking. I mean, you really have three choices. One, you can continue at your current pace. Two, you can move out of the guy's way and let him by. Or three, you can go faster. Now, in my situation, it's not very common that there's a dude behind me that wants to go faster than I'm going. It happened twice. The first time it happened, I was in near Los Angeles. I was down south in SoCal, and I was on the 405, and I approached a guy, and he was on a sport bike, and he saw me and he let me by. Right, common courtesy. He let me by. Hey, you want to go faster than me? That's cool. Please go ahead. In that instance, I felt bad because right after he let me by, there was two big ass buses, one in the carpool lane and one in the lane next to the carpool lane, and I couldn't fit. Right, like physically, it just wasn't gonna happen. And then sport bike guy was behind me, like, dude, what the hell? I just let you by, and now you're going slow. So I did the same thing, and I was like, go ahead, dude, I can't fit. I let him by, and he squeezed through. So that's what I mean by common courtesy.
Alright guys, so right about here is where we come across the motorcyclist that I was referring to earlier. Now, I came across this guy for the sole purpose of, I was heading home from work and I just happened to be riding at a higher rate of speed than he had been, and that's why I caught up to him. I wasn't trying to mess with this guy, I wasn't trying to race this guy, nothing like that going on. Just simply, I'm trying to go faster than you, I'm trying to get home. That's it. Now, I am riding behind this guy for most of the ride, or most of this section, and the reason I'm doing that is to let him know that I do want to go by. I'm not trying to ride with him. I'm not his friend. I'm not his buddy. Some guys are like that. We're both on Harleys, but that's not my intent. I want to go by you. Now, I did ride to his right side, like you can see here, and the reason I did this was to make sure that my headlight was in his mirror so that he would know 100%, hey, buddy, I'm here and I want to go by. Now, I did have a couple opportunities to pass this guy, and I didn't take them. And the reason I didn't was because I was trying to be courteous. The other thing is sometimes there's cops in this area, and I really just didn't want to risk it. Now, we did speed up. He did increase his speed, and we talked about that earlier. That was one of your choices. And this guy took the choice of, I'm going to go at a higher rate of speed. Now, in this case, that didn't help him because I still want to go faster than this. However, the fact that he did increase his speed is an indication that he did see me. He knows I'm there. Yet he did not want to let me by. Now, if you keep an eye on my right hand, you'll notice that my throttle does increase. Now, I will pass this guy momentarily, and I do so at a fairly high rate of speed. And the reason I did that was because he had already increased his speed. And quite honestly, I just wanted to get around him, get by him. I'm trying to get home. So right here, I look over, got past that car. I'm going to go by him. I'm going to split these cars here. Now, as soon as I start splitting, I notice in my mirror that this guy had started to follow me. He's now following my line. Now, he wasn't splitting before, and he is now, which to me makes it seem like he took that as a challenge, which is not what I intended to have happen. So I'm not a fan of this. And he started following me fairly closely. And so I pretty much said, all right, buddy, you want to do this? Let's do this. And so I went wide open. Right here, I let off a little bit because there are cars coming on the freeway. Just, don't want those guys to hit me. Don't want to hit them. Once I get clear of them, I go wide open again. And right about here, the guy stopped. He was still back there. I could still see him. However, he stopped trying to keep up with me.